Hi, everybody. It's Dee Slater with Create with Dee. Welcome to my Christmas in July party, where over the next 3 days, I will be showing you 8 projects. And all 8 projects are going to be featured around the same 3 products here. And that way, if it's something that you would like to make, it's something that it's just a relatively small amount of items and and you're off to the races. And of course, you can always use things in your stash. This is for your inspiration, but I hope that you like what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Want to give a quick shout out to all of those that got the kit materials to go. If you're on my social media or on my newsletter, you would have had the opportunity to and live in the US, you'd have the opportunity to register to get this packet of kits in the mail. So for those of you that took the class kits to go, a little extra welcome for you. If you'd like, as you come on, if you want to say hi, that would be great. All right, I'll turn the camera around and we'll get started on our first project. So all of these cards are going to be featuring, or the projects over the next 3 days are going to be featuring the Trucking Along bundle, the Adhesive Snowflake, Adhesive back Snowflakes, and the One Horse Open Sleigh paper. And so those are going to be the core items. Also featured is the Trucking Along punch. Now, at the time of the video, this is on back order, but you could so make the class with the stamp set for the most part on it. All right, so for our first card here, we are going to be making this fun fold card that when you open it up, you've got the cute little truck image and it says, special delivery. So let's go ahead and we'll make this card. Again, if you've got the kit to go, this is what yours would look like. You just need to cut the paper. And what I thought I would do is just help everybody out by showing which designer paper within the pack that I'm using. And so this is going to be this is the other side of this paper here. All right. So this would be what the instructions on it, but I'll just go ahead and read this here off to us. That we're going to start with a piece of pecan pie cardstock. This is cut at 5.5 by 8, and it's scored at 3 4 7/8. Need 2 pieces of basic white. One is cut at 2 7/8 by 4 1/4. And then another one is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. The designer paper is 2 by 4 1/2. And then we need some scrap pieces of real red and basic white for to do some die cutting with. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do some stamping. Again, I'm using the Trucking Along stamp set, and I'm using Memento ink, using the outline in real red for the truck on here. And so when we go to stamp this, we want to stamp it, kind of think about the center and stamping it just a little high. And get my outline here. And so I'm going to stamp the truck just about, here's the center, and go up just a little bit. And we'll stamp. And while we have the black out, we'll go ahead and get our packages. And I'm going to line this up. I might see my head for just a second, but we'll line up the packages in the truck bed. And then while we have the package stamp out, we can go ahead and put it on the front. It's going to be our front sentiment tag. Goes kind of towards the bottom. And okay, you can put the black away for now. Next, I'm going to get the real red. And we'll get the truck image on here. I'm going to do my best to get it lined up without getting my head in there. Might have to stand up and make sure I've got good contact. And I just kind of make sure it's over the wheel and the window and give it a second to go and stamp. Cute. And then I am going to use, oops, I need my blackout again. I'm going to stamp the wheels. And get that. Let's see here. Get that loaded on a block. My blocks are so dirty. I need to get them in some sudsy dish soap water, let them soak and get them cleaned off. They're all smudgy. And so I'm going to line up the truck tires and stamp. Not too bad, a little bit off. All right. With the pecan pie, I like to kind of ground the truck. It's got this nice little, just line that shows like it's dirt or, you know, gravel or something. And it's just kind of nice to anchor that truck so he's not just floating. It's not just floating in the air. I'm going to do a couple of them. All right. Now we can do some coloring. Hi there, how are you doing? All right, so the color palette for our projects, I'm staying with a relatively finite amount. That way, again, all of the projects are going to look beautiful when put together here. So I'm using the pecan pie Stampin' Blends, and we'll go ahead and we'll color the presents. The presents also have another stamp that you can layer right on top of it. I kind of like to use my blends for coloring on that just a little bit. Do that, and then let's see, we'll do this over here. So super fast way of getting some color on things. And I'm also using Pool Party. And so we'll get our Pool Party. I'm going to switch to the fine tip. These are pretty little lines here. These packages, and let's see, we'll go over here. I know this is an odd time for me to be coming on. Normally I'm live at 5, but with having all of these projects this week, I'm going to forego the live at 5 that would have been for yesterday, of course, because we're going to just have a fun-filled weekend on here. And then one more, we'll get our real red, and we'll finish up our boxes. Whoops. And what I would recommend is doing this step that I forgot to do here at first, but I'm going to come back and get that done. As you see, these boxes are, you know, meant to be, there's not a line on it because it's meant just to load into the truck bed. But on the sample here, you notice that I do have a line. So all we need for that is to get a straight edge and a black felt tip marker or a black ballpoint or anything black. It really doesn't necessarily need to be anything major, and a straight edge. And my ruler is just out of reach, so I'm just going to use whatever is handy. And I'm just going to make a bottom on my boxes here. That way they're not just floating out into space. So just a simple, you know, mark or a pen will do it. Now I'm going to come in real quickly and fill in those gaps here. Just do it with this brown for now. Okay, so then that way that kind of has a place to land on it. All right, so we're getting close. I'm going to take the sentiment from the stamp set called Special Delivery, and I'm going to use my pecan pie ink, and we will get that inked up and stamped. All right, time to assemble. Get all of those off to the side for now. All right, so again, we're going to have our 5.5 by 8 piece of cardstock and scored as per the measurements. And I'm going to go ahead and fan fold the card. And when it folds up, it will fold up to the traditional A2 size of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I just want to make sure one of these sides is 3 and the other one is 3 1/8. So it's so close to see for those of you that got the kit to go. And for the measurement. So what I would recommend is just before you decide on which weighs what, kind of do a little matting and see if that works. So that one looks like that one's there for sure. Okay. So once we have, we're sure of which matting side that we're using, we'll go ahead and we can get that down, putting some liquid glue down. And we'll get this on the inside. And we do want to put the inside of the card in first, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Okay, we'll get that in here nice and matted. Okay, next we are going to layer, and this is from the nested, all of these dies are from the Nested Essential dies. When we close this, we want the banner to kind of touch the white over here, and also to cover our truck image so that when closed, it's kind of hidden. So I'm just going to put glue here on just the left side of the banner. And then when I put it down, I'm going to cover up the truck image and line it up with the white. So that looks pretty good. Now we can do just some simple layering with our other ones. Again, this is the designer paper over basic white. And using my liquid glue. I've got to get that open before the next one. I've got it a little bit clogged because there's plenty of glue in that. And we'll go ahead and get nice matted layers. And now this can just simply get layered over top of the front panel. I'm just waiting for it to just like plop all out until I can get that opened. All right, and then we'll center that on the front of our panel. I'm gonna hold that up just a second. Make sure I got it straight. Looks good. Now I'll get our special delivery with our little packages on here, and I've got some dimensionals. We'll go ahead and we'll put 3 on, just kind of right down the middle. And we'll do this. And I kind of line that up with the banner on it. Who doesn't like floating objects on the card? Not quite sure what that means, Rachel. But let me know. I don't know what I said. Sometimes I say things and I don't even realize I'm saying them on it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some fun snowflakes. This self-adhesive snowflake pack, it's got 3 tones. It's got white and kind of a copper and a gold tone on it. And I thought that the gold really accented with the pecan pie. I think the copper would look good as well. There's a lot of snowflakes on these sheets. I was being a little conservative when I was making my my samples, just to make sure that, you know, I had enough of whatever color I thought would match the best. But believe me, there's plenty of them in here, so we can go a little crazy with that. If you wanted to, you could even put some more in there. And then let's see here. The last thing is we are going to have some ribbon. Just a second. I've got it in another room here. Hold on. I'm sprinting down the hallway. Sorry about that for just a second. So also what the class attendees got for the kids to go, they got a roll of this new red and gold ribbon. It's kind of fun. It's got like, you know, you could almost take the little gold strands of thread off of it too and do some fun things. But I'm going to make a quick bow. And if you guys watch me at all, you know I love my bow makers. And I get that. All right. So a quick bow, and you can make the bow however that you're good at making. I'm good at making them on my bow maker. And I'm going to take the just some glue dots here, and I'm going to put one on the back side, and we'll kind of finish off the card with that. And on some of these ribbons where they're not the same on both sides, meaning that you might not want them to flip, a tip that I do, or a trick that I do, is I take a glue dot and I put it down where I want it, and then I can put it on the right side, or the side facing up that I want. I take your pick tools in that same room that I just want to grab my ribbon. Normally I wouldn't use my paper scissors for that, but you can. And there's our first card. All right, so I hope that you like our first Christmas in July project. Again, there's going to be 8 projects over the next 3 days. So I hope this gets you inspired to get a head start on your Christmas. Let me turn the camera around. All right, you guys, thanks for watching and happy crafting. And I'll be back real soon. If you're watching live or watching, here today on Thursday, I would say give me about 15 to 30 minutes, and I'll be back live again with our second project of the day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.